Hi, I'm Bonnie, Log Cabin Stitcher. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my sewing room. You can follow me on Instagram at Bonnie, Log Cabin Stitcher. Today we're going to be talking about some of the cross-stitching projects that I've been doing and a lot of stuff that I have been gathering as I'm just recently back into cross-stitching after 20 years. So I've been gathering supplies, learning some things, and just want to update you on what those things are and tell you about some fun things coming up. So first of all, let's show you some of the projects. I've tried to lay everything out. Here's something new too. I can see a light in my eyes. It's kind of weird. I'm really trying to work with the lighting and I ended up getting some soft boxes. So we'll see if those softbox lights are going to work or not, because usually I was trying to video during the day with a direct light on me. It doesn't always work, and it was cloudy today anyway. So these softbox lights, let's see how they work. They take up a whole lot of room, and that's what I wanted to avoid. But if it helps me do a video where you guys can actually see what I'm doing, that's a good thing. So one thing that I was doing is basically finished up my Rick Rack Remix quilt. So yes, I'm a quilter. I also have videos. This will be my FlossTube. Oh, that's what I should say. This will be my FlossTube number 6. I have quilting videos that are separate, that I go more into the quilting, because that's obviously, I'm a quilter, and that's been what I was really doing for the last 20 years when I wasn't cross-stitching, or almost 20 years. So I try to do a rhythm of a FlossTube one week, a quilting video the next week, and then I show you these are the quilts that I will be sharing about in my quilting number 6 video. But since this is what I was working on, I finished the hand quilting on the edge. This is a nice long one. This is like 90 inches long and 50 inches wide. It was a whole remake of a quilt. That's why it's kind of different size. But oh, I love the flannel backing, and actually the length is great because I'm tall. I'm like 5'7", so I can wrap my feet in it and then stay nice and cozy, and then that's been quite a joy. But I have the binding still to do, and I hand stitched the binding on the back side. So machine stitch around the top, flip it over, hand stitch around the back. And I love this fabric. This is a Kansas Troubles fabric, an old one, and I even got it for $5 a yard, so I had quite a bit of it. But I just love those darker colors, and that's my project that I've been working on. It is also, so I'm in Southern California in what we call the Inland Empire, and it has finally cooled down, and it has been beautiful weather this last week. So I spent the whole last week catching up on my garden. It had gotten crispy. It had been very hot, and the garden, it just, the end of summer, I didn't want to, it was so hot, I didn't want to be out there watering and enjoying it. So it kind of got neglected. So it's been wonderful this week to catch up on gardening. So I have not been cross-stitching as much, but I wanted to work on that quilt. So that was a fun thing that I did. Now I have 2 items that I was working on my cross-stitch. I am gathering quite a few patterns and linen. I used to stitch on Aida, which still has beauty. I really do appreciate the Aida. It is so much easier to stitch on. So if you ladies or gentlemen, I got to stop saying just ladies, if you guys are having trouble stitching on the linen, it might be easy to stitch on some Aida for a while and help your eyes with stitching on the Aida. Now, I believe it was my FlossTube number 3. I shared my perfect setup. I found a really great LED magnifying light on Amazon. I share about that and kind of my lap stand setup. And so if you want to check out the FlossTube number 3, then on FlossTube number 4, I shared about my floss organization, and I've even updated it. So that's where I'm going to share about what I did to update and the app that helped me. But I was looking at Instagram, and Wendy Petros had a pattern that that she had stitched, and I loved, and I started immediately searching. I had to find it, I had to get it, and I did. So this is it's called Thankful Bee, and this I didn't take it. I'll show you on the picture on the next one because the light is reflecting, but I found it on Shepherd Bush's website, and it is a kit, which was wonderful because I had never stitched with silks before I got back into stitching recently, and the kit came with silks, and I had a lot of fun. So I put them on backwards, but that's okay. So this was so fun because you got this, you got all the silks, and I had fun putting them together and putting them on here, and putting the little code, and then whether it was Thread Gather or Gloriana or a Vera Soie, that's how I marked this. And they are divine to work with. Just working with the silks, now I understand why people love working with the silk. It works so smoothly, no drag, beautiful. Where is my project? Okay, here's my project. So this is why. So this is the picture of the actual sampler, and because it was a kit, it came with this dyed. I don't know if it was hand dyed, but it's fun because it has some of the variation. It has a little bit darkness over here and there, but this is my progress so far. Not a huge amount of progress, but I really love it. And when I did, this is like a hazelnut, I think, of Thread Gather, and I just loved how that looked. It made me so happy seeing the gentle variegation, and you know, it was so fun. I loved the whimsical look of this pumpkin. So a lot of times I like doing the primitive, but the whimsical in here, the border is truly amazing. I loved how that bird was sitting there. The pumpkin here and the funky design of the leaves. That's where when I saw this, it was an obsession until I found it, ordered it, and there I go. So that's what I have, and I really loving working on the silks. Then I have a needle book. My sister had done this. This is like crewel embroidery. My sister had done this and given it to my mom. Then she gave it to me, and when Riley was a pup, he chewed it up, and I had to do a little bit of repairing, but it looks much better. And I'm addicted to needle books. So I cleaned out all the old needles that were in there from my mom, and I have, you know, just a couple of needles in there, but that's good because I really like needle books. So project bag, needle book, that is my project, and that is how I fell in love with silks. And then my next project, I really got frustrated because of the thread, and I was just thinking it was late at night, but it was probably also because I was going from silk on one project to the Voldani 6-strand floss, which is very different. There is a lot of drag, and it was a drag to work with after the silk. So not a huge amount of progress, but this is my Beggar's Night by Threadwork Primitives. This is how far I have gotten. I am doing the overdyes on these. So let me take off that picture and show you what we've got here. So what I became unhappy with, and it may not show up, but down here, the variegation, this is the floss that I was using. I loved looking at the floss on separately, but you can see this is like the muddy, kind of like a muddy gray color, and then this is a lot of dark. And I really like, you know, even though this is pretty heavy change, I wasn't happy with how it was looking on the crow, and I just thought, I just want to get this done now. I wanted it to be done in October, and we're almost done with October. I'm just going to get this done. And as I was stitching, it was knotting up. And even though I was using a product, this is what stitchers, quilting stitchers use. It's called Thread Magic. I need you ladies and gentlemen to comment on what do you use, what product. Do you use a beeswax? I have just plain beeswax as well. Is there something that you apply to that thread that may be dragging that helps you out? I don't know if it's going to be a problem or not on the stitching. I tried this and it did seem to help the Voldani flow easier. But then because I wasn't happy with the color and I was just frustrated with the dullness and the way it was dragging. I just got a little frustrated. So I thought, well, there is a whole lot more stitching to go. So what if I was going to pick it all out? And I thought, well, what if I found one? So I do not have a lot of black or deep gray charcoaly overdyes. I have an order coming in, and so I will be getting some more because I'm ordering. I love blackbirds and I love crows, so I'm ordering several overdyes just so I have opportunities. So here's the Weeks Dye Work Onyx. It looked very similar. So what I'm gonna try to save this without unpicking it. I'm gonna try to work my way up and see, do I notice it? Is it gonna bother me? Because I know this is just for me. I can do what I want. So I'm gonna give it a go and see, can I save it? And then I was even thinking, gosh, I could coffee or tea stain dye it afterwards and make it look really primitive, and then that could hide it too. So we'll see what I do and how I can save that. But that was just kind of frustrating. But I know, I thought about it then. I went from silks to, I think probably the most, I don't even know what the word would be. I keep thinking of the word dull, but the most the thread with the most drag, I am thinking, is Valdani, because DMC has a nice sheen to it. So even that would flow better, but going from an overdyed to DMC, that would show up, and I don't think I would like that enough. Here's my project bag with my matching thread, or my matching floss. I do wads, not thread drops. So this is the one I'm doing. And just in case you liked that color, this is how I do my stitching journal. This is the stitching journal I got. I think this was from Kitten Stitcher in an order that I made, a little sticker. So this is how I'm doing mine. So I know I've got Beggar's Night. I know the threads that I'm using as I'm doing it, and I need to write down the date I started. But that beautiful orangey fall colored one was Gentle Arts Autumn Leaves. So that one really is beautiful. It's looking a little bit more overdyed than I expected in that project, but I like it. We'll see how it goes. So there we go with that. So those are the 3 whips, because my quilt's not totally done. I have been doing a lot of haul. I've been working a lot, and so that's my thing. I think, okay, I've been working a lot, more than I've wanted to, so I can buy some more things that I want to. So I need to just stop buying so much, because it's so hard when I'm seeing what everybody else is stitching. I feel like I'm behind the ball because I'm just back into it. I need to slow down. I don't need to catch up with everybody who's been doing this for years and years. But I have a little bit of a haul, and I wanted to share it with you because I didn't have that much progress on what I'd been working on. Not Forgotten Farm on their Etsy site. I was thinking these lights were going to do a little bit better than this, but Not Forgotten Farm had a sale, and so I bought a couple things. I love the more primitive look. So this is, what is that one called? Jingle All the Way. I was just really happy with how that looked, and I love the houses on the bottom. I love it. So that is my Jingle on the Way. Then on Shanda Quilting in Idaho, she had shared her finish of Parson Brown, so I was able to pick this up, and I like it. I will probably do it on a darker, I have a couple darker linens that I have picked up, so I will do it on a darker linen because I really want that snowman. I want Parson Brown to show up. Okay, so I love needle books, and I have a couple of them, and I've been wanting to make more. So when I saw this one, this is a retired or retiring pattern on Not Forgotten Farm. It's probably going to be gone soon, but I loved it, and I love these tongues on the edge. But what really got me, when you open it up, after you make it and you open it up, there's robin eggs as wool, which I have to tuck your needle in. I will definitely put a pocket here. I love pockets in my needle books. But when I saw that, I thought, oh, it's so cool. So I can't wait to make that one. Then a couple other things that I got. So 1, 2, 3 stitcher. No, 1, 2, 3 stitch. Yikes, I have it written down. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 stitch. I've been gathering some things. I have found that I really like the Quaker designs. Here's some other information that I need, because I know there's got to be videos out there with information. I love videos rather than reading blog posts. how the Quaker samplers. Okay, let's just show you. I got green on green. I got this, and I am intrigued. This looks like something from Lord of the Rings. It looks like elvish writing. I love that. I love these designs. Love these elements and how it all works together. I'm not so much a green person. I have a lot of brown, and I might do autumn colors. I don't know, because I really do like the Autumn Quaker. And then there's Quaker Diamonds. Both of those are Rosewood Manor, I believe. I love those. But I thought, okay, I'm getting one right now because I'm trying to keep control of myself. So I know I could just do this in different colors. But if anyone has seen a really great video or has something that I need to learn, what's up with these Quaker designs? How did they come up with that? They're probably in Quaker samplers, but I would really love to learn the history of that. So if anyone knows the history, please share that. Okay, so then on Shanda. Shanda's, I stalked Shanda for a while, watching all her videos and loving the stuff she did. And on one of she has like photos. I'm going to have to learn how to do that because I like that. But the photos at the beginning of her videos, this was in a sampler that she had done, was in the corner, and I thought, oh, I got to get that. And I knew I could ask her what it was, and I thought, no, you don't need to buy it. You're okay without it. And then Carol Saltbuck Stitcher showed it, and I thought, I got to get it now because I love it. It's so my style. So I got it, and I even have some fabric. So Hollis Hills Creates, Hollis Hand Creates, Etsy site. So I have, linens are hard to find. You know, all the popular, the Lakeside Linens, Picture This Plus, R&R. Those are hard to get. So I'm trying to get some outside of that and try smaller dyers that I want to find and enjoy. And they're easier to get. So this one is Fox and Rabbit Hog Bristle. So Fox and Rabbit is the designer. Hog Bristle is the color. So that's what I'm going to do on this. And I will do it with these colors, I believe. And I've been gathering them. So that was one of my purchases. The other thing that I got on 123 Stitch, because I have a log cabin, talked about it when I did my quilting number 5 video. I got this pattern, and it's a circle, and I thought, well, it's an interesting design, but how am I going to finish that circle? But I loved the colors, I loved the trees. I'm probably going to do not such a difference on that tree, but I thought, well, how am I going to do it? I don't know. But again, from Hollis Hands Create, I got the Weeks Cocoa, so I thought that would be cool. It's supposed to be on Aged Saffron from Dames the Needle. That I just saw came back in stock as well, probably on Hollis Hands Create or Dames of the Needle from their Etsy site. So I may get that too. You know, I need to rein myself in, but I want to support these people too. So I may do a finish like a coaster. This was a coaster that I did when I did a fun retreat at my house, teaching my quilting friends how to do the big stitch and how to hand applique. So I may do it as a coaster. I like coasters, so I thought I may do it that way. Here's something else fun. When I was watching Shanda, she talked about a new LNS in her area called Maggie's on Main. And I knew, she told me, ooh, I'll have to put it in Emmett. Was it Emmett, Idaho? Anyway, I knew, she told whoever watched her video. I was looking for a certain linen. So I just thought, well, I'm just going to call Maggie's because I knew it was a newer store. She may have it in stock. I called on a Saturday, and I got to talk to Maggie while she looked through all her size 36 linens. And Maggie's on Main. No, it just says Maggie's on Main. And I got Wren. And she had a fat half. I got it. I got the whole thing because this is so hard to get. So that's the Wren, Picture This Plus. These are the two projects that I'm going to work on with that. And these colors, I'm happy with the modeling in those colors. Here's something else fun. As I am getting into FlossTube, I didn't even know FlossTube existed before August 2nd. I didn't even know FlossTube existed. Then when I found it, I have been learning and learning and learning so much. And loving this community. The FlossTube community is so uplifting and encouraging and welcoming and beautiful. It's so my style. And so as I'm stitching, I love listening to it. I'm not really interested in TV. I like finding things on YouTube. So I found Kim at the Contented Stitcher, and I mentioned her last time, and then she had a new video, and I watched it, and she showed that she got this in her haul, Friends of the Heart from Plum Street Samplers. And I had seen this. I thought I saw it on Celeste Creates, and now I know it was Flannel Jammy's Farm, Donna Ray, because I searched the hashtag Friends of the Heart, and that's where I found, oh, Donna Ray had finished it. And that's how I knew that's where I saw it originally, and that's why I bought it, because I just love this design. I have a rug in my bedroom, and it has a flower just like this flower, and I was very pleased with it. And the called for color is Wren, and I really wanted to do it on Wren. So when I saw that Kim got it, I thought, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be so fun to do a stitch along? And again, I feel very presumptuous because it's just August, September, and now into October that I have entered into your world. I have entered into the FlossTubers world and learning about stitch-alongs, learning about all these things. And I just thought, oh, that would be so cool to do a stitch-along. And so when I saw that Kim got it, I was like, I just had been messaging with her. And she said yes. I feel like it's someone where you're in elementary school and say, will you be my friend? And so she said yes, she would do the stitch along with me. So thank you, Kim. So Kim and I are going to be hosting a stitch along, and she let me name it. And so since there is already a hashtag, Friends of the Heart, and Heart again is H-A-R-T, meaning the deer, it's going to be called Our Friends of the Heart. So it's a new hashtag. Our Friends of the Heart will be the one that Kim and I are hosting. And so you guys need to know, it's not a hard and fast start date. I am going to start it on Thanksgiving Day. I just thought, I love when FlossTubers are talking about starting it on a particular fun day. So I love Thanksgiving. That will be a day that I'm not working. And even if I'm with my kids, I'll be able to sit and stitch. So I am going to start it because I have my linen, I have my pattern, and I even have my threads coming in because I was going to stitch it even before Kim and I decided to do the stitch along. So what we wanted to let you know is there is no hard and fast start date. Whenever you want to start it, start it. I'll open up that hashtag. I think the first person that does it, then boom, there's that hashtag. So I'll put that on. I'll put a picture of that on and do that. I'm not going to start it though till Thanksgiving Day. I really want to look forward to Thanksgiving Day, even though I really want to start it now. I love these holidays. I love Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. So I want to have Thanksgiving Day where I have something very fun to look forward to. My work schedule the week before Thanksgiving is usually a very heavy work schedule. So that's where I thought I'll know as I'm driving and thinking, I'll think, okay, I know I have something fun to look forward to. So my start date will be that. So if you'd like to join in with us, if you already have the pattern, you already have it started, join in with us. We'd love it. Kim's not sure when she's going to start hers. So simple, fun, easy, join in with us. I'd love to have you do that. And so I'll be sharing more about that in my next FlossTube videos. Then the other way that I'm going to use this Wren is with another stitch along. So here I am, presumptuous Bonnie. Not only have I not done one before, but I decided to do a second one. And the second one I've been thinking about for a long time because the day marking my mother's death, she died on November 3rd of 2014. And I want something to commemorate that day in joy, with joy. And I always close these videos out, and I've shared about how my special word with my mom was joy nevertheless. So that's why I thought I'm going to start something, because I know I've heard other floss tubers starting things or on Instagram on the day or just remembering when their mom passed away. And I thought that's what I want to do. So I had purchased this chart, and again, I saw it on Instagram. I fell in love with this funky area. I love it. I love those square flowers. And so I got the chart, and when I got it, I noticed that it said Our Joyous Day. So it was done to celebrate a couple on their joyous wedding day. So that's what their initials are. So I thought, oh joyous day, I like that. I'm going to change it to joy nevertheless. I'm going to put mom's initials. I'm going to put my initials. And I am going to be doing this almost exactly like this, except I didn't want those stripes in the pear. That's the way the original chart was. This was the chart they did it on. But I want to do it more pear-like. So that's the thing I'm going to change. And so if you would like to join in with me, that would give me joy. Because I know a lot of people are connecting with me either through private emails or commenting on these videos, knowing that I struggle with the grief of my mom. She taught me how to sew. She taught me how to quilt. She is such a big part of this with me. And it's going to be a hard day for me just remembering that day. But I choose the joy of, she had a whole life. Her end was hard, but there is so much joy along the way. So I'm, again, going to choose the joy and start this. So anybody that would like to join in with me, it's going to be the hashtag Joy Nevertheless SAL. So Joy Nevertheless SAL. So again, I'll be starting it November 3rd of this year. Don't worry if you want to start it earlier, if you've already got it going. And again, I haven't said it, but I wanted to say it would be for anything, any project that you're doing. Does not have to be this chart. Any project that you're doing that helps remind you to choose joy nevertheless. I did a fun on Annie. Oh, gosh, it's late at night. I probably shouldn't be doing this. Annie, what's your name on? Joy-Filled Stitcher. On her birthday, she did a birthday stitch along, and I did it, and she said she used the hashtag, and it was anything, stitch on anything that gives you joy. Well, I wanted to stitch on my Rick Rack Remix quilt, so I stitched on that. She had different things that she had posted, and we did the hashtag, and she even did a Stitch With Me video, and I wasn't working that night, so I stitched and watched her, and I thought that was fun. But since she had said stitch on anything, doesn't have to be cross stitch, anything, that's what I'm going to make this. So hashtag Joy Nevertheless SAL. Anything you want to stitch along and join with me in that, please do. So what else I want to look at my notes to stay on track. Already it's a half hour. How does time go so fast? I don't know. So I'm looking at what I've talked about. Good. Something very important. I have it highlighted. Cynthia Brew at Stitching in the Light is hosting a great SAL. It's called the Great Pumpkin SAL, and it's just anything that you're stitching with pumpkins. Hashtag the Great Pumpkin SAL. In conjunction with that, she is doing an amazing fundraiser. Please go on to Stitching in the Light and search for hashtag the Great Pumpkin SAL. It's a short video. She will explain about, and again, October is almost over. Today is, what is today? Today is the 24th, so we're towards the end of October. But the most important part of that SAL is what she's promoting for the fundraiser, which is Freedom Shield Foundation fundraiser. And they are part of rescuing and restoring those who have been caught in the sex traffic trade. On their site, it says that 50% of the victims are children. And it's amazing what they do. So please check out her video. Please support them. And she gives you instructions on her description bar. She has her email. So when I did my donation, I got a receipt. I just took a screenshot and I emailed that to her. And every $5 that you donate, you get a raffle ticket. And there's many people that have done raffle prizes, so you get entered to win the raffle. I am thinking it's over on October 31st, but I can't remember. I already did my donation, so I'm good to go. But please go over and check that out. It is an amazing foundation. And just for Cynthia to think of doing that, connecting, she wanted to connect the joy of stitching with something deeper, something helping lives of others caught in a horrible situation. And please check that out. Please donate and please be generous. You will be so glad you did. It's tax deductible. Okay, so as I'm looking, okay, so my other things that I wanted to share about were, on my last FlossTube, I showed some of my old finishes that I had, and I had a wool project. But I had not found, I knew I had seen this, but I couldn't direct on where it was. So I'm going to update. Please check the description box. I really load those up and update those. So I'm going to update where I found that pattern. This is what I do with a lot of my magazines. I can't store all the years and years of magazines that I have. So I will go through those magazines and I will pull out the project that I want. And generally I'll put it in a sleeve and put it in a notebook. So that's how I knew I had this. It was from the October 2004 American Patchwork and Quilting magazine. So that's where it was from. So that I will update on last month's video. Okay, another little bit of haul and an update of some information. So on my quilting number 5 video, I did as complete as I could do, a complete overview of the threads, the Aurifil 80 weight and 50 weight threads that I use for hand applique and machine sewing. And then I also, you can see them in the corner, my DMC, and how I used to use the DMC machine embroidery thread for hand applique, and now I am preferring my Aurifil 80 weight. I'm not going to go over that again, but I wanted to tell you. I forgot to tell you because I worked hard, because there's a lot of you that have commented that you love storage as well. You love viewing your collections, and those of you that like plastic boxes, this is the Iris. It's the photo one. So this is just the photo box. I think it's $2. And so I need to get a couple more boxes, because I got my order from when I did that video. That was last week. So I got my order very quickly. Thank you, Kimberly Kimberly Jolly. I got that today. But Fat Quarter Shop has the Aurifil on sale. So instead of the $6.24 that it usually is, it is I think $4.36, $4.38. It is still on sale today. So because it was at such a discount, I got quite a few. So now I need a couple more. I need a couple more boxes, and I have fun doing them in the gradation of colors, and it gives me joy. So again, the Iris photo boxes that you can get at Joann's or anywhere really. Then a couple other things that I purchased because these were on sale as well. I wanted to get, this is the Aurifil 50 weight that I use for my machine sewing. I wanted to get a box. I didn't have any red threads, so I wanted to get a box of colors. And so the colored box that I chose was that Pompeii red. And when I opened it, I thought, woo, there are some bright ones in there. And I tend not to do brights, but this one I will probably use most often. Oh, that's not showing up so well. Not at all. This is a gorgeous coral. And I guess they're showing up pretty good. This is a gorgeous coral. This one is brighter than I would usually use, but you never know. I'm getting interested in a lot of different colors as well. So then I just ordered 2 singles too. So I needed a purple and I needed a darker green. So those were on sale, so I got those. So pop on over there and get some of the threads before they go off of sale. They also, this is where I've purchased these boxes. You can just get an Aurifil box. That way you can put your Aurifil thread in there in their nifty little box. So the other thing I had shared on that, when I did that quilting number 5, it was a lot longer than I expected. It was like an hour and 20 minutes. But I did a good overview on threads, quilt tools, and quilts. So I had mentioned that I really like these Quilters Select. These are like an Alex Anderson brand. Quilters Select. So this was the 5-inch. So now I can make my own charm packs because I have a considerable scrappy collection. And I've made my own charm packs or 5-inch squares. I've used a 5.5 or 6.5 inch ruler and used that to cut a charm pack, but a whole lot easier with my own ruler. And I do a lot of 2.5 inch squares as well. So now I have these. I was going to tell you more about them. No, you can go over and watch that video. The other thing I got was something else on sale. This was $10.99. I am really enjoying Annie Downs. I only recently started purchasing a couple of her patterns. I am enjoying the Whimsical. I think it's because of the seriousness that this year has been. I need some whimsy in my life, and that's why I picked this up. And then it was half price, so why not? So this is a fun tree. These have just different, you can hang these on the buttons. I really wanted to make that, so that was fun. And then this is even a pocket. You can probably put those little ornaments in there, or it even showed letters for Santa. Then these are some other projects that were, since I like needle books, look at it, had just a simple fun. I've got a lot of vintage rickrack, and I shared that in my quilting video as well. The front of it, not as exciting. It looks like a present. That's cute, but I'm probably going to do a cross stitch pattern on the front and then use the inside for that. And then I saw this and I thought, this is not my usual style, but again, I need some whimsy, and I really liked this. It is fun. This is just part of it. She does back stitching on this. When I do this type of stitching, I do the stem stitch, and yes, it takes longer, but that's just the way I do it. So it is the whole 12 days of Christmas, and it is long. It is a 5 3/4 by 36.5 inch project. But isn't that adorable and whimsical and fun and light-hearted? Light-hearted. So I just thought that was very fun, even though it's not generally something that I would want to do. This is actually the reason I bought the quilt. And when I was looking at it, I thought, this is so not me. But it drew me at the time because of the heaviness that I was feeling. And I thought, oh, it looks so silly, and I love it. So I know I will change this one out, but look at the angels. They look like fun older ladies. I just loved it. And I really like these tongues, the way that they're on there. I said I like tongues, and I like those. So again, that was just a fun pattern. And I already have one in the works that's even more intricate than that one. I need to finish that Christmas quilt before I start this one. But this was just really fun and a really good price. So that was something that I got. What else do I want to show you as I move some of these things out of the way? Okay. Something fun coming up at the end if you want to stay through to the end. It may be worth your while. But the other thing I want to show you, since I am so into organization, I love organization. I'm kind of addicted to it, but I'm not always organized, so that's a funny thing. But I had shared that after watching Lori Holt's sewing room tour, for about the 5th time, I saw her rolling carts and how they rolled right under her table. So when I was at Joann's, I picked up a rolling cart and I got one. I think I only have room for one. I keep wanting to get one for my closet. But I got one at Joann's, and then I realized mine was different than hers because it had a handle on the top. But it works well for me because I'm moving it out of the way all the time, and I have carpet, so it works great for me. And I love it. In the top tier, and eventually I am going to do a sewing room tour soon, but trying to pick that cart up and show it to you, that's not going to help right now. On the top tier, I have all my Aurifil threads. Then I have another plastic box with usually my needle books and hand quilting stuff. And then I have a couple, I'll show it to you. I have these 2 things that I have in there because I made them and they're cute to look at and they're helpful. And I'm thirsty. So that's on the top tier. I had seen Cynthia Brew on Stitching in the Light had shown her stitching cart, shown how she had it. And I liked how she had on the top, she had her project bags in something in the top. And I liked that. And I enjoyed seeing her stitching cart setup. And I thought, ooh, maybe I can do that too. And I have done that. But one thing that I found, for a while I had my project bags, because it was fun to look at them. I had my project bags sitting up in a neat wicker basket. And then I noticed that they started bending over at the bottom. They were bending over, and I thought, I didn't like that because they were brand new and I had just made them. And then I found they fit perfectly. This size fits perfectly on that second tier. So I can still see them, but they sit flat. And then I can still leaf through them and find the project that I want. At the moment, I am really enjoying these vinyl fronted ones. Carol Saltbox Stitcher did show, if you put, she had a pattern that she had put in here, and the front of it stuck to the vinyl, probably in the heat that we had this summer. So that's something to watch for. But again, I'm brand new, just made these, and I'm doing good with them. So I am now enjoying that. That is on my second tier, all my project bags. On my third tier, the one from Joann's works perfect for this. Again, remember, I'm the plastic box girl. These are the Sterilite sizes. I'll put in there what size, you know, it'll have a quart size, but we have the larger one and a medium size one. These go in there perfect. They go in and out easy. They're not a tight wedge. And so this is just what I wanted to show you. This is how I'm storing my stuff at the moment. But I'm keeping my hoops. That may be familiar to some of you. That is, oh, no, that's not what I was looking. I'm looking for a box of my organizing floss. I have a whole bag of the little organizing floss bags and I can't find it. But this is what I am really enjoying. So I've got several, oh, it's been so fun. I'm learning so much from commenters. Keep commenting and teaching me things. FlossTubers, viewers were telling me about the Pat Carson needles, so I got those. I got the Bowen needles, and then I got some I like John James too, so I got their needles. But right now I'm using the Tapestry size 28. But I also had a commenter saying that when you are stitching and the needle goes in, it does need to open up that, I think it's weave and weft, whatever. It opens up a little bit to get that floss through so there's not so much drag. I learned so much. So anyway, I like trying the different needles. Then as I'm trying, I've got a lot of DMC, but I really, because I have a lot of over-dyed, I want to convert from the DMC to the over-dyed, and I'd like to use the flosses that I have. But I found, looking through my wheel of DMC, because I have them color organized rather than number organized, it was a pain in the neck to try to find what color, you know, like 310 or 610, and that's probably black. But it was really hard to find that color just to convert it over. So I went to Hobby Lobby and got the DMC color card. This was the less expensive one. My sister, I know, had the one that was real thread, and those are more expensive. And since it's just a simple thing that I want, so it's got this. And so I've got all the colors. And it even has it where I can look up the number and it tells me where on the chart it is. Then it tells me a little bit more about the different threads. And I thought, great, I need that right now. So it was worth it at the time. I mean, it was worth it because I just got it. Now, here's my other haul. And again, I'm not going to be buying this much stuff all the time because I can't afford it. But I needed to get caught up because I had gotten rid of, I wasn't going to cross stitch anymore after like 1999. I was done with cross stitching because I had done it on my FlossTube one I shared. I did it a lot. And I wanted to move on to embroidery. So I thought, I'm not going to cross stitch anymore. So I gave a lot of my stuff away to the thrift store, and it's a thrift store that I love supporting them. So that was fine, but I've needed to purchase some more things, and I was a hoop girl. So I went and actually I got this at Hobby Lobby. It was one of the wood ones. I'm not a fan of the plastic just because I like wood. and I learned how to wrap. So again, for my viewers, I learned that I needed to go on Sassy Jacks and watch a tutorial on wrapping a hoop, and I did. And so I learned, and I did it, and yeah, it did take a lot of time. But when I had ordered from Needle in a Haystack, I actually got their twill tape. So for the narrower ones, you're going to use the 38 twill tape. And I learned how to wrap that. And oh, I wanted to share some more about that. So far I've wrapped two because I didn't realize how much twill tape that you would actually use. So I got a 4-inch of the narrow, is it the 5/8? Yeah, 5/8, I believe. I got a 5-inch. I still need to wrap it because I need to get some more twill tape. And then I had this one from Hobby Lobby. And as I'm using this, it's nice and light. And when I used it before, until I wrapped it last weekend, big difference, huge difference. I'm going to wrap all my wood hoops because I wasn't having to re-stretch that fabric. It held it in there nice. I don't want to stretch out my linen. And it was great. I was very pleased with it. So now I know why people wrap their hoops. So then I was working on Beggar's Night, and remember, I was already frustrated with the drag on the floss, and then I've been working a lot, and since in my work I'm flipping through papers all the time, and so this part of my hand is getting a lot of work. Like a lot of people might get carpal tunnel. This is the part that's bothering me when I'm working a lot. So I was holding this, and I ordered 2 of the heavier hoops because I thought, ooh, heavier, I would like those better. So again, Hardwick Manor hoops. I ordered the 6-inch. This just came in because it came in later. 7/8, 5/8. Dang it, I'm really bad with math. The thicker ones. This is like a 7.5-inch. So I was stitching with this the other night. This is what I had Beggar's Night in. And again, it hadn't been wrapped because my twill tape hadn't come in that fit. So for the larger ones, you use the 1/2-inch twill tape. It hadn't been wrapped, and I didn't want to stop and wrap it because I got home from work late that night, but I was going to stitch. And so not only is the fabric coming loose, but it was heavy, and it was hurting my muscles. And that's why I just thought it's time to stop and go to bed. So obviously I need to wrap this, and I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to go to Hobby Lobby. Shanda had a good idea of getting tan or cream colored twill tape instead of bright white, so I liked that idea. I was going to coffee dye it, and then I realized that's not a good idea because that coffee and tea, I believe it has acid as well, and then it could transfer onto the fabric, so I wasn't going to do that. I also see a lot of floss tubers using Q-snaps. I wanted to buy a set. They weren't very expensive, 8-inch, but you see they're still in the package because I like the embroidery hoops. So those were some of the things, but it was just, I enjoy having these in this organization way. And then I've been getting some fabrics, and so I found a way to, it was fun. Okay, so I also got, I had ordered probably a month and a half ago, maybe, I think it took a month for my order from Traditional Stitches to come in, and they give you a warning. This is where we are. If it's not working for you, order another time. I really wanted some Picture This Plus, and I was having a hard time finding it. Found a lot on Traditional Stitches site. And now I'm looking at this, and this says 1, 2, 3 stitch. So what did I did get stuff on Traditional Stitches, but it's already getting kitted out. So again, Traditional Stitches has some stuff. I did on 1, 2, 3 stitch get Picture This Plus, obviously. Oh, I know. I found Lakeside Linens on Traditional Stitches. So this is 1, 2, 3 stitches had Picture This Plus. And since I'm new to it, I didn't know the colors. I wanted to know this is 36 count Regency Edinburgh linen. And so I thought if I just buy small pieces, I think these were like $6.50, I'm going to be able to learn, do I like this color of linen? So I got several. And then this one is Earthen. Is that what this is? Earthen. And it has some pink tone to it. And at first I thought, ooh, I didn't know it was pink. And then I found the perfect project that I'm going to be doing this on. Then I also found, this is how Hollis Hands creates. She has this on there. So that's what I did. And then I just have little tags. I have the scrapbooking paper, and I just cut them up in pieces. So I thought, well, I can do that too. So this is what I got at my L&S, Needles and Niceties. So I just put this on there. So that's how I'm doing my linen. And I have also heard, and this is where I can educate me, please. I'm not so proud that I don't want to get educated. I had heard, I want to say it was on R&R's website, that storing them in plastic bags or plastic boxes could be detrimental. Do you guys find that or not? I'm a plastic box person, and I'm moving them around a lot, so it's working for me right now. So here's the other thing I wanted to share with you. My other kind of haul that I got, in a way. I've had commenters again. Man, this is like, I am learning. This is like my class doing these videos, and then I learn. So commenters were saying there's an app, and it's X stitch, so like cross, but it's actually the X stitch. And so I searched it, and there was two. There was X stitch, and there was X stitch plus. And I was reading the reviews, and I thought, I'm not good at making decisions. So if I can't figure it out, it's like, whatever, I'll do it later. And then I had more commenters saying that they liked that. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to check this out, because as I was trying to do that whole DMC thing and what numbers I had, I thought, yikes, how do I figure this out? There's a free trial, X Stitch Plus, free trial. So I thought, man, that's not going to hurt. So I got it, and that night I loved it. And I think the next day, they give you 7 days, but I thought, I don't want to lose all, because I spent the whole first night doing all my overdyed flosses. I figured out how to do it, added all my overdyed floss inventory, and I thought, I don't want to lose this. So I went and paid for the whole year, and I like it. I haven't used everything in there because there's a lot of stuff that you can do. But as I was, so I had also gotten some haul from 123 Stitch on floss. Also from Maggie's, I got floss there. I've gotten floss at Needles and Niceties. So I needed to do an update. So in my FlossTube 4, I showed you that I had one very stuffed wheel. This is how I do my floss organization. I don't do the drops because I travel with these back and forth to my cabin. So I have it in a 31 tote, and this is my organization, but it was jammed full. And so I have now a second one. So these are the 2.5-inch rings. Every one of the big stores has these kind of floss organizing bags. I like it because it has the 2 holes. But again, I did a whole video on that one. But just to see, that's how I did it. So I am really enjoying that cross stitch app. And now I see I can do a wish list. I can update it with patterns. And so that's pretty cool. So that is what I'm enjoying. 2 more things that I want to share with you. Let me look at my list to make sure I've got it done. Oh, I know, because I'm going to forget about this because it's on the next page of my notes. I haven't had a lot of time to watch videos the last 2 weeks because I've been gardening and I've been working quite a bit. So some of the people that I have been enjoying watching, my newer ones, are, and I know everybody's talking about Kristy at Daisy K's Primitives. I know there's a lot of floss tubers out there, and they're eclectic. They're doing a lot of neat things, some brighter, primitive, all across the board. Kristy at Daisy K's Primitives does just that, primitive. She's colonial primitive is how she describes her decorating. She has done videos on decorating. She did an amazing video. I am a visual learner. I don't want to read something. Even though I like to read, I want someone to show me. She did a great video demonstration. And she said on the next video, this is not her recipe. There's a lot of recipes out there. This is just showing how she used a recipe on how to do the coffee dyeing method. Excellent. Go check that out. And then I binge watched, and I totally caught up, Kristy, on all your videos. So I really like that because I want to learn how to do it. I had done it before, and that was just with tea. I don't think I ever used coffee. So now I'm going to give that a try. And then Michelle at Mama Loves You GB was using walnut crystals. She had a demonstration as well. And I thought, oh, I've got some fun stuff that I want to try. And then some of the other newer people that not new people, newer to me. I've seen Marlene at Stitching. Oh, I wrote down Stitching. Is it Stitching by the Lake or Stitching at the Lake? Check it out. I've been enjoying watching Marlene. And then, why does it make me cry when I don't know Leanne? But I've heard a lot of people doing the Baby It's Cold Outside SAL stitch along, because in honor of Leanne. And I was hearing this name Leanne, and I thought, wow, who's Leanne? You know, people obviously loved her. I would like to get to know who she was from videos. And then I found out there's Barb and Leanne do Lost in Floss. Oh, Barb and Leanne did Lost in Floss together, and now Barb is doing them. And so it was really, because I didn't know Leanne at the time, but it has been neat to watch them now. And that was kind of the other thing I was thinking about is, man, I wish I had more videos of my mom when she was alive. And we have pictures, and I know we have some videos, but I was thinking, this could be morbid, but it's just kind of life. Like when I'm gone, or if I do develop Alzheimer's like my mom, and I have these videos up here, gosh, what if my kids or I have no grandkids yet. What if I do? And they can watch these videos. I just thought that was rich. So I am enjoying getting to know Leanne. And again, I don't know her. And she's gone, but there you go. I am sentimental. So, and I also know why people loved her so much. And Barb's there. Okay. Back on track here. Okay. Before I share my other fun thing, I've been sharing about my bracelets, and I'm seeing commenters saying that they make bracelets, or they want to make bracelets, and they want to learn. And I just thought, wow, you know, this is about stitching. Bracelets are kind of like you're stitching with your fingers. You're using your fingers. Actually, I do needle and thread with some of the bracelets that I make. So I just wanted to share about this one. This is my favorite bracelet. I have a lot of intricate bracelets, a lot of bracelets that took a whole lot of thinking and a whole lot of work, but this is one of my favorites. And look at it, goes with my room. It is my favorite because of its simplicity. So I just wanted to share this with you. I'm not going to do this on all my bracelets, but I think you can see there are two colors of, it's waxed Irish linen. So again, it's linen too. Waxed Irish linen. There's two colors. And I wanted to share with you in case, because if anyone wanted to start making a bracelet, this would be the one to do it. Old button from my mom's button box. I call these chimneys. You know, they're probably called charms. These were, I'm not going to tell you where I got these. These were collected in Colorado, Utah, and California, down at Pismo Beach. All these little, very beautiful beads. This one, isn't that one really super cool? So again, if you want to learn how to make these, it's not going to be me teaching you because I'm not a good tutorial. Beadshop.com. I went on their website because I wanted to get some information and see how to direct you. If you go on beadshop.com, there's a huge amount of information. They do tons of YouTube videos. If you click on projects, you will see lots of bracelets. You will see lots of the bracelets that I wear because I get my patterns and ideas from their site. Primarily, I get my beads from their site, and that's where I got these beads. They've got great prices on beads, and they have lots of sales. There's a sale going on right now. But they also have, if you click the next one over, I think it was called Learning, tons of learning. And then there's live broadcasts, tons of live broadcasts, and they do an amazing job. So again, I'm about organization. So when I got into beads, it was funny that I wanted to see how I could store my beads before I even bought any of them. I cannot remember what, I will find what this is. And you can get them on Walmart. You can get them on Amazon. This is a certain type of organization. Isn't this cool? I have drawers. And I inherited some beads as well from several different people. But I have a big pull-out drawer, and eventually I'll do my sewing studio tour. But I have a big ottoman that was the kids'. This was my kid's room too, so booted that one kid out into his brother's room when he moved out, and I took over the ottoman, and there's two big drawers in the bottom, and it's perfect when I'm at, I used to sit and bead here. Now I actually bead here, and I change things around, but I have two big drawers that are full of beads. So these are amazing storage system, and I'll put it in the comment area. But here's the two beads. So again, collector, that's got to not surprise you guys. I got like every color of bead there is too. So last year I did beading. Whenever I do something, I saturate myself in it. So I had been quilting earlier this year and gardening earlier this year. Then August, discovered cross stitching. So then, woo, I'm all into cross stitching. In the fall of last year, I was all into beading, and I get everything out, spread it out on my big table, get saturated with ideas and patterns, and auditioning all different beads and getting all in it. So I can't bead and quilt or cross stitch at the same time because my mind is just full of whatever I'm doing. But when I got these out, I thought, oh, it's time to start doing this, girl. So in these, I don't use the stickers that come with them. These are just the little Avery stickers. But you can put in there what this bead is, and then I also put BS is bead shop. I also put in there where I purchased it from. So when I need to reorder, I know where to reorder. So these are two sizes. This is, see, you can see how cool those are. This is size 6. So the larger is, is it the larger, the smaller, the bigger the number? Whatever. I can just look here. Yeah. It is size 6. So this is called Picasso Brown Tan Matte. Picasso Brown Tan Matte, but different size. So 8 and 6. And I think they are in stock on beadshop.com. So that's how you can learn about bracelets. All right. So now those, oh, bingo, just hit an hour. When I originally was going to do these, I was going to do like 30 minutes and then no 40 minutes. So it's giveaway time. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I hit 3,000 subscribers. You can't know how much that means to me. I am a people pleaser. I love words of affirmation. Those are big for me. So even though it's not the goal of numbers, like I got to get more and more numbers. It's like, oh my gosh, that many people want to watch me? Or, oh my goodness, I'm getting these comments from people that are all over the world. They're sharing their heart with me, encouraging me. I'm not going to cry. It's been amazing. It's been truly amazing. And I thank you. I'm so grateful. And I'm really grateful if you're watching this all the way to the end. Because I can see on analytics, a lot of people stop right away. But that's okay. I'm not doing this. I'm doing this for 2 reasons. Because I miss that connection that I'm missing with my Quilt Guild right now. And I also, the world is heavy right now. There's a lot of heartache going on right now. And I wanted to bring joy to people. I wanted to uplift people. I wanted to make them laugh. I find I'm making them cry too. But I just wanted to bring joy. And also, I'm a woman of faith. I want to bring my hope. My hope is in Christ. And I wanted to bring that in as well. Thank you. Okay. So, and I don't like new things. So I did in my Quilting 5 video, I did my first giveaway. It's a new thing and it shouldn't be scary, but I get scared of new things. I know that's me. So I got some giveaways. Here we go. So again, so what are all the rules? Don't say giveaway in your comment. You can be I would love for you to be a subscriber, but I'm not going to check. And you need to be over 18. And then just during this time, I love my non-domestic followers. but because of the mess that the Postal Service is right now, it's going to be just US only, just right now. Hang with me. But I went through some of my patterns. So this is giveaway number 1. And this is I call it needle punch, but obviously it's called punch needle right here. It's called Red House. I never made this, and I thought it's time for me to pass it on because it's been sitting in my house too long. So if you would like this, and again, if you want to put all of them in, you can, but if I pull, I'm going to search these in order that I am presenting them to you, because there's a couple. So if one person wins, like the Red House, yet their name also comes up on another one, they're going to get the very first one. So I don't know how else to do that, but I'd love for you guys not to just get one. But okay, so here we go. Red House. So if you want to win this, put in Red House. And again, okay, so here's the thing. I don't know. Does it have to be capital letters or lowercase letters? So because I don't know, I need to ask some of my friends that have already done this. Just to be safe, type in red with a capital R and house with a capital H, just to make sure, because I don't want someone to not have done that and not be able to get that. So that's the giveaway number 1. The other one is Bare Roots. Hurrah for Bare Roots, because their older ones are not usually in stock. This one is an advent calendar. I never did this one either. It's embroidery, and each one is a pocket that you embroider. You also can be a quilter, but if you're not a quilter, I'm sure you could figure out how to just skip that border and still make it anyway. You want to get this one, type in Advent. Again, capital A, just to be safe. Advent. That's that one. Disclosure, I always write on my patterns. If I'm going to change something, and I usually do, there is some of my pencil writing on there. So there you go. But again, it's free. Now, because I did not have much time for working in my sewing room this week, I didn't finish my project bags, but I thought if I wait to finish them before I do the video, it's going to be in 2 weeks. So these will be finished because, oh, that's the other thing. You've got 2 weeks. So look in my description box on the day that I'm going to do this, because generally I like to do these Saturday mornings. So I would want to do it. It's going to be the Friday night, 2 weeks from now, but the Friday night. So look in the description box to see when it ends. So you've got almost 2 weeks. Tonight is Saturday night. This probably won't get uploaded till tomorrow morning. Okay, so this will be the project bag. A zipper project bag. This one, if you want it floral, you don't even need to do project bag, just floral. But you can see these are fig tree fabrics. So floral will be for that project bag. Plum will be for this one. Plum. So there you go. Fun giveaways. I hope I can figure all that out. I know I can. But this is what the project bag will look like. It has this wider band up top here. They may or may not both be the same size. So that's about the size that they are. So we've got that. Okay, here is where I close out with the good stuff. So this is where, let me get a drink. It's where I'm going to share my faith and talk about my Jesus, because that's the foundation of who I am. That's how I'm finding hope. That's how I'm making it through these crazy times, working with a smile on my face and getting out of bed in the morning. Because if you've watched some of my other videos, I had days where I didn't want to get out of bed, days where I didn't want to leave the house. So this is how I'm making it through. I had a really busy week. Again, it's end of month. It's a busy week. And I have 2 things that have been happening. I get the anxiety going. So you probably will know this by now. I'm a Young Living distributor as well. So if you want to learn about Young Living oils, email me, because I'm a distributor for the company. So I can hook you up and get you the oils and educate you in my private group at the same time. I use oils seriously. That's how I was able to get off medications. My story on that, oh my word, I think that was in FlossTube 3. Got a little teary, but that's where I talked about why Jesus is so important to me, and so are my oils, because that got me going, got me through a really hard time. So I've been doing my oils as I go to work. You know what I do? I rub them here, so I'm going to do it right now. I love these roller tops, so I put it there, put my mask on, I'm good to go. And then I've got my own little diffuser in there. I don't know if you can see, I got a diffuser going over there too. Because sometimes it's really scary to push the start button, and so I do calming oils for that. Okay, so I've been overworked, but again, I get the paycheck and I buy some stuff. So it was funny. I went to see a client yesterday, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. And I've had a lot of life going on. We all have life going on. I have some added responsibilities in my life right now, and they're stretching me. I feel pulled in one area, pulled in another area, pulled in another area, and really I just want to be here stitching. But I've got life to do, and I need to do it. So I was just feeling exhausted, and I was thinking of the verse. I'll share it with you in a second. And then I walked up to the door, and there is my verse right there and I took a picture of it. The lady opened the door, and I said, oh, I got to take a picture of this because this verse is my verse for this week. And it was awesome. She just had the first part of this verse, but it's Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all you who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart. We're going to have to do glasses. Lowly in heart. And you will find rest for your soul, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I have found that to be so true. I have been a Christ follower since I was probably 6 or 7 years old. And times of tucking my faith in my back pocket, times of just being on my face before God and just begging Him to help me because I didn't want to live anymore. So a lot of up and downs. But that's my Jesus. His yoke is easy and His burden is light, and He loves me. And He loves you too. Then the other one. Here's the other thing. I know people kind of talk flippantly. It says, I love Jesus, but I like to swear. That's true for me. That's my thing. I love Jesus, but sometimes I have a trash mouth, and it comes out, and I hate it. And when I'm trying to get out the door, and the phone's ringing, and my printer's not working, and the computer's not working, and all I want to do is stay home because I can't retire. I have to keep working. Those words are flying out of my mouth, and it's like, girl, stop it. So this has been a verse I've had for a long time. Psalm 141, 2 and 3. Let my prayer be set before you as incense, and the lifting of my hands as the evening sacrifice. Set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. Keep watch over the door of my lips. That's the real me this week. Trash mouth and a girl who does not want that anymore in her life. Man, that is the hard thing about addictions. You start something and it just gets a hold of you. So it's got a hold of me. But I'm working on overcoming it. I am an overcomer. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So if you stayed till the end, thank you. I pray that you will choose joy nevertheless. I hope you have found joy in these videos. And I just hope that you are encouraged and uplifted. And know that there's a lot of people that have been sharing things with me. And I treasure those things. And I need to get an organized prayer list because I am praying for you guys. And I don't want to miss any of you. So thank you and God bless you. And thank you so much for the welcome that I have received in this amazing community. Bye, guys.